We have a goat that's spinning around in circles like a merry-go-round right in the middle. What is he doing? What? Oh my gosh. This game. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, gang, welcome back to our investment challenge here in Riverview. It is September, and obviously, as you can tell in the right-hand corner, we're going to be starting off with some fertilizing contracts today, but I do want to note the goats and the sheep are in really good shape now. The meadow is ready to go, so I guess technically I should have started this series in September versus August when I started it before. But if we go over here, you'll see that the meadow now has 9,688 liters. So this should have plenty of food now. I probably could have just bought one bale of food and it would have been sufficient, but that's okay. They've got plenty of food now for quite a while. They are at 100% health, so the reproduction should start to move up. They're probably around 20% right now, but once they get to 100, they'll start reproducing. We do have a pallet, not much in it, of wool and also a pallet of goat milk starting, so that is also good for us. So let's jump straight into here. I've already got everything loaded up here. We're ready to go. We are going to do Field 2, Field 17, and Field 21, as you can see them flashing with the red circle around them. The easiest way to get to Field 2, I have no clue. I guess kind of how we went in the last episode to Field 38, that big massive field that we hoed or weeded. Used the weeder on. Oh, Byron, don't start, buddy. Don't start. I gotta go first. So a couple other notes really quick I want to bring up in regard to this series that I didn't really mention in the last episode, and I probably should have. I just kind of overlooked it. This series does allow leasing, which is a tremendous help, and I'm not used to that. I normally almost always do not allow leasing on any series that I run, but this series specifically does allow it. I know a number of you mentioned that it might be too easy, and you might be right. And if it is too easy, guess what? We're going to change the on the fly. We're going to change the difficulty on the fly. I do not have any inkling of if it's being too easy to continue on the easy path. I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for at all. What I do want is to be able to make some progress and not have this series run for 150 episodes. So based off of all of that statement, we're running on easy for now, but if it becomes too easy and we're just knocking things out left and right, we're only 10 episodes in or whatever it is, and we've got a good chunk done, we're not going to be running on easy, right? If that's the case, if we're getting to that point, we are changing that up big time. So do not worry, do not fret. I assure you, I'm not making this super easy on purpose. That's not the intention here at all. So we'll see how it goes, man. This road or this track or whatever it is super bumpy, man. They did a really good job of this. I mean, this is what you would typically expect. A gravel type of track with very hilly areas, right? Whenever it rains, things would be washed away. It'd be very hilly and bumpy in areas. They did a good job. This lake is beautiful. I've already talked about it. I like that island out there, too. I don't know if there's a way to get out to that island. I doubt it. Matter of fact, we can look at the map here. There is a road out there, so I stand corrected. Maybe we'll have to go over there and drive over there and check it out at some point. Now, we have 4,000 liters of fertilizer here that we spent money on. It's not cheap. It was $7,000 and some odd dollars. What we are going to do, which I'm always bad at, but we're going to do it, is we're going to make sure before we turn all this stuff, before we collect any money, whatever fertilizer's left, we are going to drop off at the farm. We do not want to waste this fertilizer. It costs a lot of money. Speaking of money, it did cost around $3,500, $3,600 overnight for the loan, plus the fees of the yard and everything we own. So in my eyes, as long as we're making in the positive, in the green, $3,500, $3,600 every month before we move to the next episode, then we're going to be fine with the loan for now. We don't have to really worry about the loan. We'll basically take that out of play. So that's what we're kind of going to go for here. Now, early on, as I mentioned, it's going to be a lot of contracts because there's just, unfortunately, that's the only thing we can do. But once we're able to purchase our own field, we can start leasing equipment and just doing stuff in our own fields, right? But we've got to get enough money to get there. And we really need somewhere around the $100,000 to $150,000 range before we're even going to be able to purchase any field. Man, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous area back here. This track and everything. Look how far back. I would love this field back here, actually. Would love it. If we were doing like a survival challenge or something like that, this would be a perfect spot to start back here. Secluded, far away from everything. I like that a lot. It's got a nice fence going around it. Like, this is beautiful. I would love this. There's not really a whole lot of room to put a yard or anything back here, but it's really, really cool. I like this a lot. We can make it work. We can make it work. Knock out some trees and stuff. Take out a little bit of this crop field, and you would be good. And we're underway. Turn the map off. I'm not even going to worry right now about the steering assist. I can see it pretty well, and I'm not wasting too much doing it myself, so we'll just go the old-fashioned way, as I like to call it. And what I mean by the old-fashioned way is the way prior to FS25, because I play on console, in case you don't know, if you stumbled across this. And console players, just now with FS25, had the ability to do what a lot of PC players have been able to do for a while. We've never had course play, we've never had GPS, we've never had any of that. So I've always had to do it by hand, so I'm kind of used to it. It doesn't really bother me to do it by hand. Granted, we do waste a little bit from time to time, but that's, you know, it is what it is. Now, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm excited for this series, man. I think it's going to be a fun series. Starting out, it's going to be a little rough because we got no land at all, right? So we're just doing contracts for the foreseeable future. And that, unfortunately, is how a lot of series will probably start out here for a little while, because we're still low on mods that we can utilize to start off different series that are cheap, is what I mean by that, right? We don't have a whole lot of old equipment or cheap equipment of any sort that we can utilize to start these series. So, a lot of it's just going to be contracts, as you're noticing now. But that's okay. I mean, contracts are basically just doing the same thing as if it was our own land, right? And you get to see more of the map, which is really cool. Can't believe I missed this map when it came out. It had to be, I said this in the last episode, but I'm just going to reiterate it again. It had to be when I was gone. So in January, in case you just were new and just stumbled across this, in January, I was gone for a significant period of time. And then I was deathly sick with the flu and RSV. My wife got the flu and RSV in Vegas when we were in Vegas. I was in Vegas for my birthday, playing in a poker tournament. The biggest poker tournament I've ever played in. Over 1,200 people at this tournament. I normally play in tournaments that are 50 to 100, and so it's a lot of people. Ended up going out with around 150-ish people left. They played 110 basically got your money back. So I was pretty happy with that. My only goal was to make it to day 2, and I did do that. I made it to almost to the break at day 2, and I went out right before the break, and not much I could do. I played exactly how I should have played it, just bad luck. I got runnered on. If you know anything about poker, you know what that means. But basically, the next I had the flop. I had the best hand, and the last 2 cards that popped out, they had to be in the favor of the other person, which the odds are very low that would happen, and it did. So, it is what it is. But I played as well as I could. Any case, I think that's where we're supposed to go in at. Sure looks like it to me. I like the entrances to a lot of the fields and a lot of the land on this map. They're really nice. It's stuff that I would like and want. All right, we are going to turn it on for this one. This is a big dog. We are probably... well, I don't know. No. Wrong thing. We might need some more fertilizer here, given the size of this. I'm not sure, because we still have one more to do, right? So we may need another one. Let's do a quick save. This one's probably field 17, I would assume. Yes. And then field 21 there. So that way we can kind of wrap back around here to our yard and drop off if any fertilizer we have remaining. This is a great map, man. This is a great map. I'm really impressed. Alright, so what else can we talk about? Well, right now we're running this series a couple episodes back-to-back. Might even do a third one back-to-back. I'm not positive on that statement yet, so don't hold me to it. But this one should be... this one should be coming out immediately the next day after the first episode. Whenever this is. This is probably... I'm trying to think of the schedule here. Well, there's not going to be much of a schedule for a little while until I reset everything, but... the original schedule, at least, this should probably be coming out. I think this one will be out on Friday? Yeah, I think that's right. So probably what'll happen is Saturday we will have the Survival Challenge. We'll be back. Sunday we'll probably have the Survive 25 Challenge. I think. Oh, no, maybe Sunday might be Triple Threat. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is we're going to change the schedule around a little bit. It's still going to be the same basic premise. It's just the days for different episodes or different series is going to be a little bit different. Just change it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit, move things around a little bit. So the Survive 25 series is still going to be once per week. It'll probably be once per week for the foreseeable future. We will, at some point, like I've mentioned before, take a short break on that series. Once we've completed Farm 1, we'll take a short break, month, whatever it is. And then we'll start, Farm 2 after that. But that's a long ways away from that even occurring, right? So, we're only doing 4 episodes a week unless, I have an issue with getting something else out, and maybe I just replace it with one of those, but... On your typical schedule, or your atypical standard approach, it's going to be 4 times a month. So it's going to be a long time before we get there. Triple Threat Challenge has got a long ways to go on that one as well. We are starting to get closer to accomplishing another goal on there. But it's still a ways away from really... even being close to even being halfway. So that one's going. The Survival Challenge, we're still cruising along in that one. We've got a ways to go in that one as well. We're making good progress, but we really haven't made that much progress. And when you look at it from a grand scale, if you've been watching it every episode, you know for a fact we've been making progress. But if you haven't, I think I'm just wasting fertilizer here, gang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I've already hit this, but maybe it's that line where part of it's crossing each because the field is not perfectly proportionate, right? So is what it is. It's fine. We'll just roll with it. What was I talking about? The Survival Challenge series. Yeah. So that one, we've made a lot of progress. It doesn't really seem like that. We just now put in a second sawmill. Which is huge, man. That second sawmill is massive. It's going to make us... Alright, I'm just not happy with this. That second sawmill is going to make us a lot of money. It's going to be able to help us get rid of a ton of the trees that we need to get rid of. Because we've got so many. If we want to make progress and continue to expand the farm and everything else, we've got to start getting rid of more trees. We need to get the yard under control. We need to get some more productions put down. We need some more greenhouses put down. We need to get the water buffalo down because that is one of the goals, is to put some water buffalo down because I have yet to do water buffalo, and that's one of the new animals, right? We've got the goats under control in the Triple Threat Challenge, but water buffalo have not been done yet. We need to do those. We're probably going to do water buffalo here as well. Instead of cows, we'll probably do water buffalo. just because it's a new animal and I've yet to do it, like I said. So we'll do water buffalo here as well. We're going to do chickens, and we're going to do a lot of chickens. A lot of chickens. And let's see, what else are we going to do? So we've got the sheep, we've got the goats. Now, technically, I mean, I guess it kind of counts. I was going to say, technically, the farm we're doing now, it kind of counts as having the sheep and the goats. So those are two different heads of animals. So technically, we've already got that sorted out, right? We don't have a ton of those animals yet. We don't have 100 head of each of them yet, but eventually we're going to. They're going to reproduce. There's plenty of room. There's 2,000 space for sheep and for goats. So technically, I think we've already knocked that one sort of off for this challenge, right? So that means we need to do on another farm, because we got to buy all three of the other remaining farms. We got to do chickens on one. We'll do water buffalo in one. There's two. We need one more animal. Probably pigs, more than likely. Probably. I don't love pigs, I'm going to be honest with you all. That's probably my least favorite animal to do. I don't know why. I'm not a huge fan of doing pigs, but we'll probably do pigs too. I'm probably going to save pigs to the end, though. I'm just going to be clear and honest with you. They're probably going to be the last thing we do. Yeah, I can't explain why I don't like pigs. It does. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, most people like doing the pigs. I just, for the reason I don't. Is what it is. Just like a lot of people don't like doing fertilizing or spraying, I love doing fertilizing and spraying. I hate rolling, in case you just stumbled across this and don't know that. Everybody else knows this. I despise rolling. I absolutely cannot stand rolling. I would rather do almost anything else in the game than do rolling. I don't know why. I can't explain it to you. When rolling is complete on a field, I do love the way that it looks. It has a different look to it when you're doing rolling. I do like that, but I just cannot stand the process of doing the rolling. So I try to do the best I can to stay away from rolling at all times. We are missing a big section down the middle. I can already tell you that. So I try to stay away from rolling if I can. Or if I do it, I try to put a worker on it. But as all of you have correctly pointed out, if I do put a worker on it, it's almost not even worth me even doing the rolling, because it's going to cost more to pay the worker to do the rolling than the rolling is actually going to produce from the harvest. Because it's like 2% increase, I think. I will do the rolling. I will do it. I just hate it. Especially if I had a field like this, I would not do the rolling. I would not do the rolling. If it's a smaller field, I really don't have a problem doing the rolling. It's fine. It doesn't take that long. But these big fields, God, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I think it's because the reason I hate rolling, I think I've figured this out over the years. I think it's because how long it takes to lift up the rollers and then set the rollers back down. That drives me insane. I think that's the problem. Now, I could just leave the roller down and turn with the roller. It's not really how you're supposed to do it, but I could do that, and I have done that before, I can tell you that. But I think that's the reason. I truly do. I think that's the true reason of why I hate rolling so much. This field should be done any minute here. Perfect. So we've got 2,000 liters still, so we should probably have around 1,500 liters remaining, so I could have probably saved on one box of fertilizer, but, that's fine. And we've got to go down to field 21. Now, what's the easiest way to get there? I have no idea. There's not really... It doesn't really look like there's a road here, is there? There's no road here, so I have to go to the left out this way and then down this way. Okay. Here we go. This is the road I need, I think. Put the beacons back on. I'm really bad about turning the beacons on and then leaving them on, or turning them off and then not turning them back on when they need to be. I don't know why. I get to talking or I get to doing whatever it is I'm doing, and I don't even notice them until I'm like halfway through. I'm like, oh shit, the beacons are still on, or oh shit, I didn't put the beacons on. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't explain that to you. Alright, we are all done. Just gotta go drop off this fertilizer. Don't forget to do that, Z. Don't just go ahead and return everything. So a little bit shorter than what I said. I said we were gonna have about 1,500 in it. I guess it is about 1,500, but it's 1,439 liters to be exact remaining. So definitely could have saved myself, whatever it was, $2,500, $3,000, whatever it is, for a box of fertilizer. Or a pallet of fertilizer. Okay, so how the hell do I get back to our land? It looks like I had to go left here. I just got to follow the road, basically, is what it looks like. All the way down to the end and then turn back up. Okay. So it didn't take too long to do that. Decided to throw it into a time lapse. I kind of had rambled on quite a while with all of you. I was close to 20 minutes of me just rambling on, so figured we'll just knock out that last one real quick in a time lapse. Now, what I would like to do is go ahead and do a quick save here, actually, before I get too far down here. If there's another fertilizing contract that's close-ish that has popped up, I mean, we might as well do it, right? That's kind of where I'm at. There is not one. Okay. So there's a lot of spraying and stone stuff, and then sowing, and then there's a ton of fertilizing. So I think we might tackle a fertilizing. Fertilizing. There's a ton of harvesting contracts. Get it right, Z. So I think we'll tackle a harvesting contract today as well. Ideally, we should probably be trying to work towards getting some more sheep or goats. As much as I want that grass field, I think maybe if we try to help bump the numbers up on that, it's going to help us out tremendously, I think, because we're going to make a lot of wool and goat milk and stuff, right? That we can go and sell. Now, we are going to have to buy a trailer to move all this stuff. Right, we've got the front loader, we've got the forks. I can't just move all of those one at a time or two at a time, whatever it may be, four at a time, whatever. I can't do that the entire game. That's that would take an eternity, especially when we get to a point where we have 500 animals and they're producing it like crazy. That's gonna be really difficult. And the other good thing, I guess, about getting a trailer is we could buy a chainsaw and chainsaw some of these trees down. Now, we would have to cut them down to a size where we could pick them up by hand, which probably wouldn't produce a ton of money for us, but we would have that nonetheless, right? Where do we want to put these? I guess I'll just put it over here for now. I really don't know where I want to put it because we don't have a whole lot, you know, on the yard at current, right? We've got some, but not really. All right, so we're done with that. We can return all this and make some money here. Collect. Perfect. We're up to 55,522, which is slightly more than what we left off in the last episode, which is good. Basically, we paid for the fertilizer there, right? We've got ourselves back up, and we're up almost the amount I said we needed to be up to continue to stay in the green. So once we do another contract here, we will absolutely accomplish that. It just depends on which one we want to do. And perhaps we do multiples. I don't know. It's a big field, that one. Real big field. 19 grand is a lot of money. There's another $8,000 one. What else we got in here? 21,000. Whew. Parsnips, though, I mean, that would take an eternity. That is a very, very long harvest. Same with this, with the green beans here. That's a very, very long harvest. That's field 38, which we hoed or weeded up in the last episode. That's it, looks like. So there's only 2 true fields that would not take, I mean, they're still going to take a long time, but they wouldn't take an eternity. That's how I'd like to put it. What else do we have out here? We've got a mowing contract. It would be nice to buy some mowers, because we're going to need the mowers anyway. Excuse me. So if we buy the mowers, not sure it's worth it, though. At least not yet. Because you never know, there might be something that comes out in the used market, and we would absolutely tackle that if it did come out in the used market, right? We would absolutely tackle having that. I mean, those really, I don't think are much worth doing. Stone picking. Never done the stone picking contract, I'll be fully honest with you. Tedder some grass. We have a goat that's spinning around in circles like a merry-go-round right in the middle. What is he doing? What? Oh my gosh. This game. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, well, we're going to do a contract, clearly, but that goat is having a heyday over there. He's getting dizzy. All right, quick save here. So I think the one we're going to take, I was thinking about doing those tedder contracts, actually. These down here. But I kind of wanted to look and see how much a tedder was. I don't think tedders are too expensive, so that might be something that we could consider. Well, the one they're wanting us to use is 15,000, so I guess it's a little pricey if you think of it in that sense. But this one's not. It's only 4 meters though, so it's, I mean, it would be double the time to do it. All right, let's do the harvest. Let's do the harvest. We'll do the big harvest. Why not? Why not? Borrow items. Okay. Why do they always put the stuff in the wrong angle? It will not start the engine. What? What am I doing wrong here? It will not start the engine. I'm literally hitting X. Oh, it's electric. Oh my god, I didn't even realize it's electric. No wonder. Can't freaking hear it. Is it only me? Or am I the only one that hates electric? I hate electric. Might just be me. I want internal combustion. I hate electric. This is quite a big header. This actually might not take as long as I thought. This is massive. I did not realize this header was as big as it is. This thing is huge. We might want to do both if the header is this big. Holy smokes. My goodness. The biggest header I've ever seen. All right. So we got that. I mean, it's going to make us a hell of a lot of money. I'd have a hard time not picking this one up, too. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, we're going to accept it, and if we don't do it, we don't do it, right? We can just cancel it. It's not a big deal. But we at least want to get it... where the hell am I going here? Am I even going the right way? I think so. We at least want to get it accepted, so if we want to do it, we have the ability to do so, and it doesn't get, you know, removed from the ability out there. I didn't even look at it, and normally, I think now, with FS25, which I have to get used to a little bit, because that wasn't how it was in FS22, it gives you... I mean, maybe it was in FS22. I don't think so, though. But it gives you how many hours the contract's going to remain out there for, from what I think that's what it means. Okay. I guess I just follow this road up here. We're going to be up near that fourth farm I talked about up here, right, that we have to purchase. Or fourth area, nonetheless. So this is the field we did that field right there in a time lapse earlier in this episode. And then left here. Yeah, I guess the beacons are on. Kind of hard to see, but if you go at it from this angle, you can definitely see they're on. Okay. Is there a track or something over here? Yes, there is. It's hard to maneuver this thing. Alright, here it is. So I guess we'll leave it over here. It's going to be kind of probably in the way, but I guess we'll leave it here. Are those beacons on? Yes, they're on. Okay, good. Alright, similar thing here. I'm going to run into some cars here. I know it for a fact. And that turn across the bridge is going to be brutal. Not going to be the easiest thing for me to maneuver this. I'm going to have some issues. I already know it. Here comes Walter causing some issues for me. Here he is. There he is. Okay. Let's see. Maybe if I'm in first-person view, maybe that would be better. Take a real wide turn here. Oh my god, Scarlet. Are you freaking kidding me, Scarlet? You dick. What a dick. Oh my god. Oh my god. I told you I was gonna have issues with these cars. Oh, now the whole harvester's off. The header's off. Wonderful. Wonderful. You frickin' douchebag, Scarlet. I hate you. Go ahead, dick face. Now how am I gonna get the header on here? Oh my goodness. How the hell am I gonna get... Oh boy. I think I'm gonna have to reset this. I don't think there's any way around it. Okay, well, it put it on there. Okay, that's alright, fine. Oh my gosh. Quit honking the horn at me, you're a dick. No, I can't even... Oh my god. They're still blaring the horns at me. I can't even get it. I can't even get it. Can I move it by hand? No, I cannot. Of course I can't. Why wouldn't I? Why would I be able to do that? And I can't go through these fences, which is ridiculous. Oh. There we go. I told you things were going to happen. Oh my gosh. What a bunch of dicks! We're gonna have to stick with this one. I was gonna just kind of jump edit out of here, but I mean, you guys are all probably laughing your asses off right now. I would be. Oh my gosh. I might have to turn the traffic off. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get around that. Okay, let's try this again. Turn the beacons on. If they cause issues again, we're turning the damn traffic off so I can get across the fucking bridge. Excuse my French. These fucking assholes. Okay, across the bridge. Come on. One time, baby. One time. Are you shitting me? Ice cream truck, are you shitting me? Oh man, this is getting bad. Oh my gosh, we made it. Holy moly. The header's all over the place, but we made it. Oh my goodness. What a brutal, brutal bridge that had been. Oh my goodness. Okay. The header's not really on the trailer properly, but it's fine. It's working, so we're not going to complain. Okay, that was atrocious. We made it, but it was atrocious. That was... Oh my goodness. Note to self, don't ever get this big of a harvester for this field, for this map, rather. Oh my goodness. Brutal. Alright, so let's unfold this guy. And we'll get started. Now, the worker's probably going to do some of this. I would think we're going to have to unload it into the trailer at some point. Maybe the trailer has enough to hold it that we don't have to run a trip to the sell point. But if we do, then with a worker, we'll probably take over for some of this. All right, put the steering assist on, and we're underway. I can't believe. Oh, that traffic. That was ridiculous, man. Stupid is what it was. It's going to take a long time. This is a very slow harvester in comparison. I was hoping it was going to go about 9 or 10, but we're going 6. So it's not great. I'm going to be honest with you. That's pretty bad. Considering the size of this field, it's truly massive. We may not get to that other field. It's a good thing this is the big field, right? Because if this wasn't the big field, oof. We might get to the other one. Who knows? Maybe we do a long episode. I don't know. We'll see. It'd probably be good for us to do it. It's extra money. Money we need. Because we got to continue to save here. To try to get, that grass field or another field or whatever it is. Probably the grass field, though. I think it makes the most sense because we're going to need the grass relatively soon. We probably have plenty of grass for, I don't know, a year. But once that year hits and we've got a lot of animals from the reproduction, and we're probably going to need some more grass, I would suspect. Now, this is sorghum. It's September. So the price isn't going to be amazing, but it won't be terrible. It won't be as bad if it's, June, July. So whatever excess, whatever bonus, because whenever you do contracts, you always get a little bit of a bonus extra they give you, right? As long as you harvest it the proper way, they give you a little bit of extra. So whatever, whatever that ends up being, hopefully, it's a couple $1,000s extra. Hopefully it's $10,000 extra. I don't know if it'll be that much. I doubt it. But hopefully it is. Because that would be fantastic. If we're able to get $30-something thousand from doing this harvest, you want to talk about a good payday. Making it worth dealing with all that traffic and that bridge. That would be the answer right there, wouldn't it? Can I buy that over there? I don't know if you can. I don't think you can. Unless it's included with that field 58. If you look on the map there on the right side by field 15. Kind of hard to see the 58, but if you look at field 15, which is kind of directly south from where we are right now. Maybe that's included with all that. I doubt it, though. It's a lot of trees in there, man. That's a lot of money in there. Well, we're definitely going to have to unload multiple times here because we're already 50% full. We haven't even finished going around the headland here. I would say we're almost 3/4 of the way around the headland. So, we may be full before we even start our traditional up and down passes. And who knows? So let's get to work here, gang. We got a lot to do here. A lot to do. We'll do a bit of a time lapse. I'm not sure we'll do the entire field in a time lapse. It'll be pretty long. We did a really long time lapse in the last episode, so I'm not sure we'll do the whole field here, but we'll see. We'll see where the time gets to, and we'll go from there. Alright, that was a very, very, very long time lapse indeed. Too long of a time lapse. I said we weren't going to do a long time lapse, and we ended up doing one. So, I apologize to you for my earlier self that stated we were not going to do another long time lapse today. Turns out, we did do another long time lapse, a very long one. Longer than yesterday's. So, apologies, but we are going to be able to get the whole harvest done. The trailer is nearly full. It's not going to be able to accept everything in the harvester, so we are going to have to make, at a minimum, 2 trips to go sell this. And speaking of selling it, where the hell are we even selling it to? Looks like both of them are going way down in the south there. We'll do a quick save, obviously. See if I can figure out where the hell that is, because I have not been there yet. I fully admit that to you. Yeah, it's basically the boat. Okay, all right, it's way, way down there. Pretty much off the map. We are pretty much done with this field. It took a long time. It was about 25, 26 minutes of actual real life time. In game time, when I speed it up, it will not be that long. It'll probably still be, though, 8 to 9 minute time lapse, which is way too long. Longer than I'd ever want a time lapse to be, but I got a little bit carried away. You probably also saw that I ran into the wall down there, or the cliff, the hill, whatever, the rock wall. That was not by design. I've mentioned this, not on this series yet, because this series is still fresh and new, but on other series, when I've been doing it, I don't know if it's only a console issue or what, it seems like there's a certain situation every once in a while. I think this is a dead end. It is a dead end. Well, shit. There are certain situations where when you have the steering assist on, it will not let you get off the steering assist. It'll just keep, even if I try, right? It won't let me. It just keeps going straight, and that was the case there. I couldn't get the thing to turn. So anyway, I had that issue, which it doesn't happen all the time. It's like sporadic. It doesn't make any sense, but maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. I don't know, but in any case, I could not turn, so that was the reason why we ran into the wall. It was not because I'm just not paying attention or something like that. It was not allowing me to turn, so it is what it is, I guess. Well, that went well. I did not realize that branch was sticking out as far as it was. Huh. Okay. A little bumpy here, but we are going to head down there. I'm assuming I just need to go left here on the main road here and kind of follow along just like we were doing. This is going to be a long drive down there. Yeah, it's going to be the same way we kind of went before for the most part. There's a woodpecker. Did you hear that? Anyway, I will head down there. Might be nice for you to check out more of the map by, actually driving it together here, but I'm just going to drive it and do a little jump cut here. So Future Z, please edit this portion out. And yeah, we'll head down there, and I will see you there, and we'll sell this, and I would suspect most of what we have remaining in the harvester, minus a few percent, is probably going to be bonus that we're able to sell ourselves. Alright, we're nearly here. We have not seen this section yet, so I decided just to go ahead and start the recording now. Pretty nice little forestry-like area here. A lot of tree tunnels, as I like to call them. Oh, that's a very sharp corner. Oh, boy. If we can get around here. Oh, my goodness. I don't know how that... Ooh, barely makes it under there. Okay, where is our selling point here? Okay, it looks like it's this right here. Alright. That's not too bad. It was a hell of a drive, but it was not too bad to get down here. Couple close ones, I think. Otherwise, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit that's remaining in that harvester that's going to have to come to this contract. And the rest of it will make a little extra money off of, which is great. Sorghum price right now should be, like I talked about, not terrible, but not great either. Actually, it's pretty bad. Well, it's the animal dealer's technically a better spot to go sell it at. The Harbor 124. No, it's not. I'm sorry. The Harbor is the best, and it is dropping. So we need to get that stuff down there. Whoa, we just ran into the wall there while I'm looking at the menu. So we need to get down back here as fast as humanly possible. Not going to be an easy feat, given how windy these roads are and how the trees kind of stick out and get in the way. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. We gained 8,640 of it. I said I wanted around 10,000. We were a little bit short of that, about 1,400 short of that. Not too bad. We're at 64 right now. We are going to do the other contract. I probably am just going to do a bit of a jump cut there. We'll talk about it once I start harvesting it for a few seconds, and then jump cut until I finish it, because the last harvest was way too long of a time lapse. So we'll just go from that approach. Talk about it for a few seconds at the beginning, jump cut until we're kind of towards the end, and then we'll go sell it, make some money. We'll see what we end up with today as far as money goes. And like I said, ideally we pay a tiny bit off of the loan. I mean, even if it's $5,000 less, you know, of the loan we have to pay off, right, in the end. So if we can just kind of keep slowly chipping away at it every episode, I feel like that's a smart thing to do. It's not really going to help us a ton when it comes to the actual saving of the loan interest, but over time, it certainly will. All right, we are underway. It's starting to get a little dark out. I turned the lights on. I'm not really sure if it's helping for all of you to watch or not, but like I said, we're going to do mostly a bit of a jump cut here instead of another time lapse. We've done enough time lapses already. We're not doing another one. So it's a big field, but it shouldn't take too long with the width of the header that we have. Even at going 6 miles per hour, it really shouldn't take too terribly long. I do have the steering assist on, so hopefully we don't have any further issues, although you probably won't see them if we do, of the steering assist causing some issues. Now this is canola. Canola should pay a little bit better. It's still not going to be the best because canola is normally better in the you know, kind of the end of the year as well. But it shouldn't be terrible either. So let's take a look and see what the canola price is right now, knowing we are going to the same location we just did. Canola Harbor 1939. So yeah, that's not terrible. It's not best there, but it's not terrible. I mean, it's only a couple $100 off what the average best price is, so we'll take it. This one should make us a good chunk of extra change due to the fact of being canola. Better than sorghum for sure. Sorghum is one of the weaker, well, I say weaker, the lower, what's the word I'm looking for? The least profitable of all the crops, I guess, is how I'll put it. The least profitable. So yeah, I'll get to work here, gang. We'll see if we can get this whole field into the trailer or not. I'm hoping we can. That way it saves us a trip, but we're gonna get the whole field done, and we'll make some extra money, and then we'll be able to turn these contracts in, and we should be getting close at that point to 100 grand, which is really good. That's kind of where we want to be at, because this is a field we want to buy first, we think, and it's 111. So if we can get close to 100 grand today, that means in the next episode we should be able to do a few more contracts, get there, buy the field, and then we can go from there as far as, you know, purchasing something for the grass, right? Let's get to it. All right, we're pulling up here, gang. It has gone dark on us. This is the full harvester load, the full field load, I guess I should say. It's all in here, so we don't have to make another trip, which is good. It's only 36% full. So let's dump this thing out of here. Let's see what kind of extra money we get out of this. Extra 4,000. That's not terrible, considering how small that field was compared to the first one we did. So let's turn in our contracts here, gang. 18,088. Collect. Perfect. 8,065. Collect. Perfect. We're at 93,341. With that, like I mentioned earlier, let's pay off $5,000. All right, leaves us with 89,341. Nice profit today, gang. A lot of good stuff happened today. We still got a ways to go. We got to get to 111. Really, we need probably get to 100, about 30, 140 if we want to buy the mower too and get some stuff done on that field. But still, this is good progress today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you smashed the like button for me. If you're new here, Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're still around and have yet to do so. Thanks so much to my members, all 12 of you guys. You're awesome. I cannot thank you guys enough, and I'll see you in the next one.